Okay. Um, Self-improvement is characterized by two broad methods, I would say, for improving yourself. One is a kind of direct approach of doing something that improves you in and of itself. So, for example, going to the gym, um, increasing your net worth, increasing your finances, looks maxing, stuff that directly like makes sense to someone who doesn't, even if they're not doing stuff that's self improvement, even if they don't really know what the thing is, they can see it's quite obvious how it makes your life better. And there's kind of more cushy things like meditation, journaling, um, sleep, I guess to an extent. Stuff that is a sort of meta skill, if you like. At least that's what that's the sort of advantage of them, as that is advertised. That they're like a meta skill that will naturally, if you get your sleep locked down or your meditation locked down, you'll naturally improve more direct things like the sort of secondary things I mentioned before, like how much money you earn, your looks, your fitness, um, and I've been a bit skeptical about some of these things, particularly meditation and journaling, which is the two that I mentioned, because I think, but I think I have been overly skeptical. I'll admit that. Um, but I do think there's still potential to go wrong with kind of what I'm going to call like softer self improvement. Um, so I'll explain what I mean. So I think the advantage for sort of soft self improvement, let's call it, is well, no, I'll start with the criticisms. The criticism of soft self improvement is that if you don't really know what it is, it just looks like a bit of distraction. And it looks like something that's not particularly hard work, like other parts of self improvement. Oh, going to the gym is very hard. Earning money is very hard. But meditating, like just sitting with your eyes shut, or journaling, just sitting with a piece of paper writing about your day, like it doesn't seem very hard, right? Um, so you could be. Isn't that just going to lead you down a kind of rabbit hole? This just a distraction. And I guess the people who say this are people like Andrew Tate. I guess he's the main one really, but it's definitely a view that's held by a lot of people. Um, but I think the argument against that is that criticism is just not right in the first place. And if you look at the data, if you will, this kind of stuff, sort of soft self improvement, does actually help, and actually it's the place to start. So take the example of sleep. If you improve the quality of your sleep, let's say you add an extra hour onto your sleep, or you spend an hour winding down before you go to bed, so you sleep more deeply. Well, potentially, you've upgraded your sleep by quite a lot by doing that. So that's going to improve so many of those things that those are the sort of primary self improvement things. and this, I briefly mentioned this example, but just to go over it again. Um, Muscle mass, you gain, massive gains if your sleep's on point. You're more focused, so you're much more likely to succeed in a job. That was an example I had. You look better. So you're more attractive to women, and you're people want to be around you more, basically. It's rather grim facts of the world. And so you look at the evidence of something like that, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, okay, soft self-improvement does kind of help. And I would argue that this extends to other things as well, like meditation and journaling. It's harder to provide examples for how journaling and meditation help you achieve things like secondary goals like going to the gym or whatever else. But I think look at the kind of people who recommend doing these practices. Are these the kind of people who you want to copy in your life? So, for example, you take Hamza. His first thing that he says before anything else is gratitude meditation. Gratitude journaling. So it's writing 3 things you're grateful for every day. And he says that will just improve your mindset so much, and everything else just take care of itself. And you think like, really? Because it's not, it's like, well, it's not. It seems too good to be true. That something so simple as that is really going to make a difference. But then you look at his results, and I kind of think, okay, fair enough. As part gratitude meditation is part of how he got where he is today. Similarly with Iman Gadzhi, obviously like a big successful guy, but he really, if you listen to him talk about his early life, I think the thing that really got him started was that he really honed in on the sort of soft self-improvement stuff early on, like meditation, reading. Reading is a bit of a side one, but meditation, like I said, he meditated every day. So I don't know. It's just interesting that he had so much success followed from that. So I think when coming to more soft self-improvement stuff, you want to see, look at the person who's same with everything. Look at the person who's advertising the practice, and think, do I want your life or your results? And it really is that simple. So, yeah. However, I think there is a danger to this kind of approach as well, because I think the previous criticism does have some merit in saying that this kind of cushy stuff can lead you down a rabbit hole. I mean, the example that Andrew Tate would use is therapy, which is another sort of meta self-improvement skill, practice, I guess. What he would say is, you're paying someone to talk to you about their problems, about your problems, so you can talk to them about your problems. Like, how is that business model is going to work if you recover. So the argument he's basically saying is it's rather nice to sit on a chair and talk about all your problems, and you think you're making life better, but really you're not. And I've seen some people go down that kind of route a bit. Not with therapy explicitly, but it was sort of journaling and stuff. So it's a difficult one, basically.